Right, so I have returned once again today to actually cover some more of the Attack on Titan manga series. That's if, as I always say, if it does actually kick in, that is. Oh, thank God the actual advert wasn't too loud this time. I was going to say I was fearing the advert. I was like, wait a minute. God damn it, the point in between me speaking and me actually doing shit is so annoying at this point. That one was for headphones off as well for some reason. Anyway, yes, actually have returned. Actually covers some more of the Attack on Titan manga series. We left off last time. I believe we finished off volume, what are we on now? 20? We're on volume 25, we're on correctly now. 25 we're on now, so we did 24 last stream. And yeah, shit boy, it got very serious because we're actually hitting the point in which the declaration of war happens. And as we know what happens there, like, boy howdy do we know what happens there. So it's one of those things that I think we might reach the end of episode 6? Konnichiwa, Genki desu ka? Also, Ohio gozaimasu as well. I think we might reach end episode 6 this volume, which I believe then the subsequent volume, which is the last one that Habamondo actually released, would otherwise cover the end of episode 7, which is the first quarter of the whole entire show, if I remember. If I can do math. I can't remember, I can't do math anymore. But yeah, that's the gist of it all, and yeah, I mean, goddamn, we actually will see the entirety of the history itself unfold before our eyes once again, and actually realize, oh shit, essentially. So it'd be interesting. It'll be interesting. Anyway, let's put on to actually go live. Before I forget to actually do that. I actually can use a keyboard, that is. Jesus Christ. I couldn't use a keyboard for a second. I was like, what is going on with my hands? Why can I not use a keyboard? Right, I thought I actually had the thing I wanted there, but I didn't have it there. I didn't cover this last week if I remember correctly. I covered the week beforehand. Sorry for actually not being here last week. It's because last time I had people didn't know I had the vaccine for the first dose of the vaccine, and the vaccine like reacted really badly to me. So what happened was I had to kind of take a lot of what I normally do off because my head was basically like, I was doing this constantly. So that was an experience for a whole entire week. I think the worst day was Sunday, where I actually couldn't move my head at all. And then after that point, it sort of got better, and it was sort of there still. And it was manageable, but it was one of those points in which I didn't want to read anything because I might be slurring a lot of what I say because my head's doing one thing, my eyes are going like this. Essentially, that's the gist of why I wasn't around that much last week. But yeah, I do believe with that we should be good to go. So anyway, let's actually begin chapter 99. 99. 99. I said a very English accent as well. So I've been having the same dream over and over. I dreamed of the old man who hanged himself in that settlement. I wonder why he told us that story before he put a noose around his neck. How can you ever understand that? He probably wanted someone to forgive him. He had no way of knowing we couldn't after all. We left Marcel behind and ran. For some reason, I can't help myself thinking that old man wanted someone to judge him. And here we are. 99, Guilty Shadow. I thought you said you two are old friends. That he'd be surprised. Right, Mr. Kruger? Yes, thank you, Falco, for making this meeting happen. There's a lot we have to talk about. It's just hard to figure out where to start. This can't be real. Huh? Sit down, Raina. This is a good seat. You'll hear all the commotion on stage from here. Above us is a regular apartment building. It's behind the stage, but a lot of its residents are looking out of their windows, excited for the curtain to rise. Right above our heads. Huh? Mr. Kruger, did you hurt your hand? Yes, it's just a scratch. Oh, Aaron. Oh, Aaron. You sly boy. Raina, sit down. Well, I'll see you both later. No, Falco. You'll stay here and listen to my story too. Huh? Falco. Do as he says. Okay. Lord Tiber, it's nearly time. Yes. I love how in this... Hello, hello! I love how in this whole entire chapter... Well, whole entire chapter and episode itself, on both levels, it's like shit's getting real, essentially. You have the whole entirety of like, oh yeah, by the way, history sucks. And you also have, by the way, this sucks. I'm doing a lot better actually this week, to be honest. My head's a whole lot more clearer than it was last time. So I'm actually feeling a lot better than I was last week. How are you doing? I hope you're actually doing well as well. Last week actually was an experience. To say the least, I must say. My head was all over the place. But thankfully I'm actually now a lot better than I was. Just, my god, was that experience like not very nice. My. Look who it is. Come to tell me to break a leg? My heartiest welcome to the entire Azumabito family. I hope I'm not bothering you. I'm sorry, I just wanted to see your face, that's all. Looks dreadful, doesn't it? A full-blown case of stage fright. You're a brave man. Our family knows this fact well. I pray that you fulfill your duty without incident. Very much obliged, Miss Kiyomi. Now, let us leave this place. I love how she's like, I hope nothing actually happens. Oh boy, howdy. Does it happen? Oh my, it's nice to see you again. So you came today, Mr. Leonhardt. Miss Braun, I suppose we haven't met since the day we welcomed your son home. I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm actually thankful you're actually feeling better though. I feel like this month is basically the month in which people might get sick as well. It's one of those months. It's a transitional period between winter and spring. I know for a fact over here the weather's terrible because it's the transitional period between spring and winter. So 9 out of 10 times it's either really sunny but you can't judge how cold it is, or it's raining and cold as hell. That's how England works. So that's what I'm saying. A lot of people might I can't speak. Stuff like that happens a lot in this kind of time, I guess, in a way. But goddamn, I'm actually glad you actually are feeling better though. It would have been a shame to turn down the honor we've been given. Yes, they went to the trouble of giving us our seats here after all. What an incredible honor. By the way, by the way, I knew old Hoover was bedridden, but I heard he up and died. Yes, he passed peacefully in Marley's caring hands until the very end. He always spoke of how proud he was that his son devoted his all to Marley, and I'm sure your daughter was just as splendid when she's not dead, Anne's alive. She promised me she'd come back. Yeah, by the way, she's kind of just like vibing in a crystal ball. That's what she is currently. She's vibing in a crystal ball. Really? We're making a declaration of war in this filthy internment zone? Look at all this open air seating. What security is in place? Magath is responsible for the on-site operations. Well, even General Calvi is here. The Navy and Army commanders too. The core of the military is squatting amid this squalor. God damn it! Say the word correctly. Squalor. Ridiculous. Yeah, it's this whole entire chapter is like, beautiful. Just it hits you like, you're like, oh shit. It's one of those things that it can't replicate. It can't replicate ever again in other series. It's just one of those ones that it built itself up and just hit that massive moment like, oh damn. And now you're just kind of like, oh damn, every single 5 seconds. Look at the foreign ambassadors and nobles. They must all know the Tibers. And reporters from every major newspaper in the world, I guess. It's like being at the center of the world. It's incredible what the Tiber family is capable of. Oh, just you wait. Even though they're Eldians, just like us. It started. Are Falco and Mr. Braun still not here? Sheesh, what could they be doing? Warriors of Marley. Commander Magath has summoned you. It sounds like it's starting. Raina's just kind of like, oh no. I love how Raina's character is currently what Gabby's feeling like in the episode from last week. How she's just kind of sitting there like, oh no, the entire time. The same thing's happening with Raina right now. He's just like, oh no. Eren, how did you get here? That's the first thing you want to ask me? What did you come here to do? The same thing as you. What? Why? Really? You don't get it? I'm the same as you. I didn't have any other choice, that's why. Hold on. I think the curtain has risen. Let's listen. Once upon a time, about 100 years ago, the Elden Empire used the power of the Titans to take over the world. From the time of the appearance of their ancestor, Ymir, to today, who knows just how many lives have been taken by the Titans? The latest research says that humanity as we know it today could go extinct 3 times over, and the number still wouldn't be high enough. The Titans took from us an outrageous number of races and cultures, our history. The slaughters are now humanity's history. They are the path the Elden Empire chose to walk. Then once the Elden Empire ran out of enemies, they began to kill one another. That was the beginning of the Great Titan War. The families who held the 8 Titans shed each other's blood in an endless cycle of conspiracy and betrayal. Man, watching the live action film as well and actually hearing about the whole Titan War as well, it's just kind of like, huh? Hearing it here is actually kind of fleshed out a little bit more. So it just happens in a live action film. You're like, oh, okay. There was a Marleyan who saw in this chaos a way to prevail. This was none other than the great Helos. God damn it, police cars going past this whole entire time as well. Not one single time this whole entire day, and just now the police car goes past. Definitely, there we go. He definitely manipulated others so that the Elden Empire killed its own again and again. Then he joined hands with the Taiba family and successively forced even King Fritz, said to be impossible to defeat, to retreat to an island. But though the king retreated to the island of Paradis, he continued to reign. Tens of millions of Titans wander, waiting on that island, with the power to crush the world. At the moment, our world continues to exist, intact, but only by pure chance. It is the only explanation our Titan scholars can provide. When Marley, our motherland, sent 4 Titans to the island in order to remove this threat, they were beaten back. The only one to return was the armored Titan. We have sent a total of 32 survey ships to the island in the last 4 years. Every one of them has vanished. What I'm saying is, the darkest blot on human history, the Elden Empire, is alive and well. Hear that, Raina? That is why you breached the wall, right? Oh. You were trying to save the world, isn't that right? 4 clueless kids sent off to that island without knowing a thing. Anything unusual? No reports yet. I want everything reported. I don't care how small it seems. Yes, sir. Jaeger, you keep going to the front gate. Right. You two this way. I feel like I've seen you with someone before. What unit do you belong to? I've always been stationed to the west in Lakua. I was called up here to help with security. I don't have any interest in chatting with Eldians. That's too bad. I was just admiring your chin hair. Oh, Piek. Oh, the Panzer unit. I never thank you for your. I can't speak. I watched both films last weekend. Oh god, they were terrible. It was so bad. I never thank you for working so hard. Go. No, you've done so much more. You're in a good mood today. What are you doing? Let's go. What's that about? You know their fates are tied to the cart Titan. We gotta stay friendly. You sure you didn't just cause more problems than you fixed? Here. Yeah, live action films weren't good. Where's Commander Magath? Porco! Oh, here it begins. It begins! What's going on here? Why does Vice Captain Braun look so frightened? Who exactly is Mr. Kruger? Isn't he an old friend? Old? If he said old, then how many years ago did he mean? If it was more than 4 years ago, he would have met the Vice Captain during his 5 years on Paradis. No, that'd be impossible. After all, this can't be real. Could it be? Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me come to the point. Everyone knows the facts I've recounted so far. The truth is slightly different. I'm referring to the memories that we, the Taiba family, have passed down generation to generation, along with the Warhammer Titan. Today, the truth will be publicly revealed, for the first time ever. The truth from a century ago concerning the Great Titan War. Who ended the Great Titan War? Was it Hellos? Was it the Taiba family? It was neither. The man to save our world by putting an end to the Great Titan War was King Fritz. Specifically, the 145th King Karl Fritz. Even before he inherited the founding Titan, he lamented the Elden Empire's brutal history. He'd grown tired of the ugly war between families and countrymen. And most of all, his heart ached for Mali, a nation under constant tyranny. When he inherited the founding Titan, he also decided to conspire with the Taiba family. He offered himself as a way to bring the history of the Elden Empire to an end. King Fritz worked with the Taiba family to present King Fritz worked with the Taiba family to present a Malian as a hero. That man was Hellos. Then as the Elden Empire began to eliminate one another, just as we had planned, he himself moved as many of the Elden people as he could to an island and enclosed them inside the walls. As he did, he said that anyone who threatened his peace would be met with countless titans as retribution, but he did not truly mean this. In order for his successor to inherit his own philosophy, even after his death, Karl Fritz swore his vow to renounce war. Only one of royal blood is able to make use of the absolute power that is the founding Titan, with its ability to control all Titans. And only inheritors of this royal bloodline are affected by his own vow. Because of it, Karl Fritz's ideology is passed down to each new king of the walls, which is why the Titans have yet to leave their island and ravage the world. I mean to say, it is the detestable king of the walls who protected this world. It was Karl Fritz's heartfelt desire for peace. Yes, his goal was peace and liberation of Mali from its many years of persecution. If Mali grows strong and attempts to take the lives of the royal family or its founding Titan, I'll accept it. If Mali decides to exterminate all Eldians, I'll accept it. That is how grave the crimes of us Eldians were. They could never be atoned for. Eldians Titans, and they never should have existed in the first place. I will accept the responsibility for righting this wrong. Only until the day that this retribution comes, I want to live inside the walls. I want to enjoy the brief paradise, this world without conflict. Please, I ask that you only grant me this. Those were the king's final words to us. What? Live action films. Oh boy. There was no Levi, for God's sake, and the replacement for Levi's character was so terrible as well. Like, I was just sitting there going, holy shit. They replaced the man with this man instead. God, it was horrible. I wasn't even the biggest fan of Levi until like very recently. Even still, I was like, I kind of want Levi there. He's kind of a lot cooler. What's he talking about? If that's true, then that means everything about Mali and the Taiba family saving the world was all set up by King Fritz. Why would the Taiba family reveal that after all this time? If the King of the Walls truly has a desire to invade the rest of the world, what do we make of all we believed about Paradis being a threat? But in recent years, a rebellion has occurred within Paradis, suppressing King Fritz's peaceful ideology. Someone has stolen away the founding Titan. The world is in danger once more. A man has appeared who opposes King Fritz's peaceful world. This man is a rebel against peace, and his name is Eren Yeager. Oh shit. Yeah. I love how Falco's just kind of there, like, I'm not sure about this one, guys. This isn't going how I expected it to go. I don't like this at all. He's kind of like the meme of "Mum, I'm scared. Mum, I want to go home. I'm scared." That's what his whole entire roar of kind of feels like, and then Rain's is kind of like, "Oh no," the whole entire time, and Aaron's just kind of like, "What's up?" The whole entire time. It's kind of like it's the free moods of the whole entire manga series. Probably, but it kind of would have been nice if he was just there, just for show. And Mikasa's character in the live-action film was absolutely dreadful as well. She was terrible. I was like, what have they done to her? She's amazing. She's like, she does nothing like half the entire movie. Well, I mean, she's not in half the entire movie anyway. And even then when she comes back, she's kind of like, ugh, the whole entire time. It's like, what have you done to her? What is this? What is this? Aaron's character was basically just there, essentially. Jean dies randomly at the end of the second movie. I was like, why does Jean die? And yeah, I mean, the Colossal Titan as well, the reveal was just dumb as hell. It was bad. It was bad. I've never seen a live action film just screw up that badly. It's hard to screw up as well, because it's there. I know they want to go like original with it a little bit, but it's still there. I knew it. So if they go after me, will it be during my speech? Well, I can't be sure that that seems like the strongest possibility. 100 declaration of war. This will be the only time the entire Malian military leadership will be gathered in a public place. As for when the officers will be moving, a security procedure calls for determining escape routes at the last possible moment. Many other important figures will be in charge. Carriages as well, not charges. Carriages. Then seat the military leaders in the special section along the edge. Group them as close together as possible. Are you sure you want to do that? The Taiba family hasn't just sat around enjoying ourselves. At least, not this generation. We've built relationships with influential people around the world to improve the social standings of Eldians. When we've tracked movement on the island of Paradis, of course we should be watching our own backyard. By the time we noticed, our enemies had crossed the ocean were nearly to our necks. In fact, we could find our throats slashed at any moment now. Casual Jean just kind of standing there as well, just casually standing there the entire time. Must be most careful of our conspirators, aligned with Paradis who hide in the shadows, but we still don't know who they may be. As you're aware, our motherland has far too many enemies, and the military is no exception. If you want to smoke your enemies out, then light a fire right under their asses. Asses? Never actually, my brain always says asses, but it's asses. Except that the enemy has plans to attack, then use the knowledge to your greatest possible advantage. If you've got a better idea, I'll hear it. If not, this is the plan. But even if we're luring the enemy in, the bait is simply too much. Just give them whatever useless officers you have. If the enemy's goal is to harm the Malian military, this is your chance. The party will approve whomever you choose to be a part of. You new. Rebuilt your new rebuilt military. But so many will die. Most of them will be Eldians, descendants of the devils, right? Really, it's a little late, Commander Magath. Even you have thrown crowds of Eldians in front of enemy machine guns, sent them straight into minefields. Their lives are worth the same to you whether they're wearing uniforms or not, right? So you just need to keep doing what you've always done. Let me say one thing: this is not a war. We still don't know our enemies, their goals, or their method of attack. We'll be surrounded. They're there by massive crowds. Lord Taiba, I'm afraid I will not be able to protect you. If you go ahead with this, I believe you will die. Well, he's not wrong. Oh, thank you so much for actually joining me as well. We're actually hitting the real shit, as they say. The real shit's happening now. Sorry I wasn't actually around last week because of the whole vaccine thing that happened with my head. Thankfully, actually better now, so I actually can read. Mildly better than usual. Mildly better than usual. You are too important to be bait. Yes, I'm ready for that. The world will not pay attention to me unless I stand there before them. You must have militaries, journalists, and diplomats from around the world. Most important thing of all is for the Eldians in this internment zone to become tragic victims, myself included. Victims of an unforeseen attack. The world would not take my side if I was the only one to escape. I'm certain that the Eldians are the descendants of the devils. And I'm certain that we too are the devils. It's very, very true. It's very true. Everyone's kind of a devil themselves, aren't they? In a way. And we, the Tiber family, are no saviors of humanity. After the Great Titan War, we sided with Carl Fritz in exchange for our family's assured safety. We sold out the Eldians to Marley, and then, despite being Eldians, we enjoyed lives free from persecution, respected by the world. I learned these truths the day I became head of the Tiber family. They sent me reeling, as if the ground under me had begun to quake, and so I looked away from them, because these truths meant that the Tiber family was nothing more than a bunch of petty thieves growing fat on unearned honor. Sir, what is it? Where are the warriors? It's about them, sir. The soldiers who went to get them have disappeared. Mobilize the reserves. Search for them. Yes, sir. So it's begun. Dang it, that hurt. Thank you so much as well. Hello, konnichiwa, and also ohayou gozaimasu. Genki desu ka? I actually hope you are doing well as well. I actually hope you are doing well as well. Man, oh man, this is like... this is still like almost slice of life compared to what's going on right now. Like, Jesus Christ almighty. How much shit's actually happened in this show? You're like, it's just nothing at this point. Declaration of war? Nah, the whole entire moment when Aaron just kind of walks on in like a drunk uncle at a party, just randomly walks on in. That shit's where you're like, oh god, it's happening, lads. Even more so than already. I still actually can't get past that whole entire scene. It's beautiful. Just kind of walks on in. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for actually joining your Gata gang as well. The very, very good boy that clearly it's... that we clearly do define to be a good boy, hopefully. But thank you so much. Actually, really kind of you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I can't say thank you enough, sorry. It's one of the things that takes me by surprise every single time I see it, but thank you so much. But yeah, god. It's almost like slice of life compared to like now. It's like I went back and watched some of the old like anime series as well. I say it as if it came out 20 years ago, but it came out 7 years ago at this point, I think. 7 years? 7. Yeah, 7. And god, the series has gone places since like episode 1 and season 1 itself. Like, boy howdy. This series has gone places. Guess they put straw down here. Well, you broke a few bones thanks to that. Pretty nice of them. So what? What is this? It's a way to detain warriors. Marley has a number of these prepared. It's an old-fashioned, but we can't turn into titans in a place this cramped. I mean, you could, but you end up just destroying the entire place in the process. Plus, there's 2 of us. Yeah, we might even be crushed to death. There's a lot down here. Wood, food. How considerate. But that lanky soldier, what is his plan? I don't know. It could be Marley. He could be acting alone. But that soldier, I've seen him with someone before. Gotta clear my throat every single time that Tiber comes out now because this slightly shout. I stand on this stage, parting with my false glory because I understand the dangerous state our world is in now. Yes, this problem affects me, but not just me. It affects everyone living in this world. Please stand there and watch. This is my way of taking responsibility, sacrificing all of you. Carl Fritz used the power of the founding titan to give birth to massive titans. These were to act as both his shields and his spears. His 3 walls named after the 3 daughters of Ymir, the founder, Wall Maria, Wall Rose, and Wall Sheena. These walls, both shield and spear, are made of what must be millions of Colossus Titans. Colossus Titans. The threat. Oh, it's happening now. It's happening now. It's happening now. The whole thing with the rumbling. Well, I mean, it could happen. Who knows at this point? The whole thing with like what could be happening now is like very subjective to what could actually happen in the end. Because I mean, who knows at this point what can actually happen in Attack on Titan? But thank you so much as well. Thank you. I can't say thank you enough. Thank you. The threat that Paradis poses to us is the threat of an earth-shaking attack by these colossal titans. As explained earlier, only those of raw blood can use the power of the founding titan. They are constrained from using the titan to attack due to the vow to renounce war. But according to reports from Rain the Brawn, the armored titan, someone has appeared who can activate the power of the founding titan, despite an unclear relation to the raw bloodline. That is the threat possessed by Eren Yeager, who possesses the founding titan. I love how Eren's just kind of, oh, thank you so much. I'm actually glad that you enjoy them. It means a lot to me. I know I didn't cover season 3 or season 2, but I'm actually glad you are enjoying my season 4 ones because, god damn it, this season's just fucking wild. It's like a roller coaster, but the roller coaster is just a constant loads of loops. So you're just constantly just doing that constantly. That's all season 4 in a nutshell, but very, very fast. And no seatbelts. You tricked me. After you encouraged me, I respected you this whole time. Sorry, Falco, but you saved me. Huh? How? That letter I delivered for you. Where did it go? You told me it was going to your family. The letter wasn't to my family, but it got to my friends. Poor Falco. This poor boy. Oh man, he breaks my heart because he's a good boy. He's a good boy at heart. Gabby's just kind of Gabby, but Falco, he's a good boy. Friends? In other words, Eren Yeager could bring this living earthquake to our doors. He isn't wrong. Boy howdy, just you wait. While we saw the rise of weapons more powerful than Titans in the last war, we'll never see a weapon that can stop the advance of millions of Colossus Titans. If the walls walk even a single time, there would be nothing left we can do. All that would remain for humanity would be to flee in terror at the rumble of the footsteps that signal our end. It would be mildly ironic if the whole entire manga ends with everyone kind of secluded into like a place, much like how Eldians were. That would be ironic. Yeah, it's a wild feeling. It's one of those feelings of you suffer but you enjoy it at the same time because of that. Because it's just like, because you're kind of like, oh fuck, but at the same time you're like, holy fuck. It's the whole entire like it's a double-edged sword. It's the only other series that does that is JoJo. They kind of like, oh god, I'm suffering, but this is actually kind of great. God damn it. I can't understand what happened to this manga. It's just kind of like he just woke up one day and like, you know what? I'm doing it, lads. And it just, I don't know what happened, but it's chef kiss beautiful. You know what? Essentially, it kind of is. It's like Game of Thrones, but not shit at the end. Which is an accomplishment, to be honest. Because god damn it, it's season 1 to 3 of Game of Thrones. The good shit, not season 4 onwards, which is not good shit. It's the bit where most of the families are still alive and not, you know, game ended, as they tragically were. Gotta be ironic if the whole entire series ends with humanity going into like a war essentially, because now the whole entire Colossus Titans just walk the earth. That would be ironic, wouldn't it? Like, well, you put Paradis into walls, but now you're in walls. It's like, well, wouldn't you know? Who would have thought? These massive creatures would trample our cities, our societies. They would crush the flora and fauna in every ecosystem. It would literally flatten our world. It will all be too late. It'll all be too late then. We want to stop this threat. Now is our only chance. Well, they didn't do it very well. They didn't do a good job of that whole entire idea, did they? Tiber, I'm sorry to say, didn't end well. That's right. This is the perfect chance. I don't really understand, but the Valiant Titan that Marley wants so badly has crossed the ocean. It's sitting right here. Right now, everything is riding on me and Captain Brawn. He's right. Willie Tiber is exactly right. I'm the bad guy. I might just destroy the world. But you looked like bad guys to me too. That day, when the walls were breached and the Titans devastated my home, when my mother was eaten before my eyes. Ever since that day, why did that have to happen to innocent people? Why did so many have to be eaten alive? I didn't understand. So why, Raina? Why was my mum eaten by a Titan that day? Well, because we breached the wall that day. Why did you breach the wall? My mission was to use the chaos to sneak inside the walls, to see what the king would do next. What was your goal? To retake the founder. Our goal was to save the world. Oh, to save the world, huh? It was to save the world. Well, I guess you didn't have a choice. Oh, it's not worth it. Just read the book. Just read the books instead. The series ain't worth it. Oh boy, that series ain't worth it at all. God, I've never been so disappointed in my life. No, actually, I have. Walking Dead did the exact same thing as well. Walking Dead kind of just, it was a slow descent. It was like, it kind of went, it was good, then it kind of went like that, and it went like that towards like season 10, and then Game of Thrones season 1 to 3 were like, oh shit, this is great, and it went poof, almost immediately. So yeah, the books are way better. You actually have to consume it one way, just read the books, I would say. I sound like those people that say go read the manga all the time, but it's true with Game of Thrones. I remember what you said. You said you would make it your mission to see us die the most excruciating deaths possible. That day. That's why you're here. That's why you're here, isn't it? Oh, did I say that? Well, let's forget about that. Huh? It's true. I did see everything on the other side of the sea as my enemy. Then I came here. I slept under my enemy's roofs, and I ate the same food as them. Raina, I'm the same as you. Sure, there were people who pissed me off, but there are good people too. Over the sea, inside the walls, you're all the same. But you were taught that everyone inside the walls was different from you, that we were demons. That inside those walls were devils who threatened you Eldians who lived on the continent along with everyone else. You were still ignorant children. All of that was beaten into you by ignorant adults. You were just a child. What could you done? You were just a child. What could you done to fight that? Not envious. Your environment, your history. There we go. Yeah, just don't ever watch this. Well, I mean, watch season 1 to 3 of Game of Thrones. That's good. Off that point, right, Raina? You suffered, haven't you? I think now I understand that. No. Huh? That's all wrong, Aaron. That day when Marcel was eaten, Annie and Bertolt wanted to abort the mission. They tried to turn back, but I convinced them not to. I made them keep going. Yes, I just wanted to survive, but also I wanted to be a hero. That's why I always acted like everyone's big brother too. I wanted people to respect me. That it wasn't just history or my environment. It was my fault. Your mother was eaten by a Titan because of me. I can't stand this anymore. Just kill me. I beg you. I want to vanish. God damn it. That line is just... Oh, just good. It's a good line. It's a good line. The whole entire section is just just hang that in a museum. It's just it's the good shit. That's the good shit right there. Of course, this danger now facing our world can all be traced back to the existence of Eldians. I would choose to have never been born if it was up to me. I've hated my blood more than anyone else. I wish for the extinction of all Eldians. But I do not wish to die. Because I was born into this world. We may belong to different nations and races, but I ask any of you who do not wish to die to lend me your strength. Please, I want to ensure our future together. I want you to fight with me against the devils on Paradis. I can see that. I can see that. He's my favorite character too, along with Gabby and I guess Eren too, to an extent. I don't know. Again, it's one of those. It's one of those things that Eren's one of those tragic protagonists as well. That's the problem. He's one of those characters who's basically just he's seen shit. Basically, he's one of those characters that if you actually have to do a tier list of characters who have been through all of it, he's probably up there with Guts as well. Probably up there with Guts, Agni, and probably also Denji from Chainsaw Man as well. Yeah, but Raina's also up there as well. Raina's an amazing character. Stand up, Raina. Get it. Get it now. Eren. Oh no. Oh no. It is true, we have problems that keep the militaries of the world from joining hands. But I believe we can band together in the face of this powerful enemy. I was right, I'm the same as you. We should be able to overcome anything if we only can work as one. As ambassador for the Malian government, I, Willie Tiber, I think we were born this way. Huh? Wish for world peace. Just keep moving forward until my enemies are destroyed. And so I proclaim on this day to the enemy forces on Paradis. It's a declaration of this is a declaration of war. Eren's like, wait a second, hold it. Eren's definitely up there as one of my favorite protagonists as well. I think he's up there along with like along with a lot of JoJo characters, because he kind of has he's on par with, I say he's on par with me with Johnny from part 7 of JoJo. If anyone's actually read part 7, he's probably on there. He's probably on par with him, I'd say. I think my top 3 would probably be Agni from Fire Punch, Achille from Agni from Fire Punch, Ash from Banana Fish, and also probably Eren. I think just beneath it might just be Johnny. I'm not too sure. I had to think my whole entire tier list through one day. God, he just literally just put a fist through that whole entire philosophy as well. He just went, nah, bro, fuck this. And now he's dead. God damn. Now he's dead. Oh, 1001? No, 101. Eren's Eren's like, when you use the word goat, it's kind of like, oh, I don't know about that one. He's a goat in some regards, but in the regards of him causing a lot of things going on right now, it's a goat in inverted commas, I guess. That's great. I would have probably done the exact same thing. I'd be like, oh, you want to talk about Reina though? Reina's amazing. Just constantly. Just be like, yeah, Reina though. Just put him back in there. 101, the Warhammer Titan. Oops, shit. Wrong program. Man. Well, this has gone to shit, as we would always say. I love how Eren just kind of dives. He's just like, hey, look at me stage dive. I had a thought originally. It might turn out that he might just be like, hey, yeah, Reina, everyone's kind of shit. Let's fix this whole entire problem. Nah. He literally just caused, like, he's probably, I would say he's up, if you kind of look at the perspective of like characters who've caused a lot of shit happening, he's probably up there Griffith, I'd say. Like, I'd say Griffith's like irredeemable piece of shit character. You just like, that man, if you defend that man, I don't know about that one, lads. Aaron's just kind of like slightly beneath it. Kind of like, yeah, he's done a lot of shit. He's irredeemable at this point. But at the same time, there's a lot of shit involved. That it kind of just, it is a different side of it. That's why I kind of thought it was a bit weird. Everyone thought Gabby was like Griffith. I was like, I don't know about that one. Someone a bit more like Griffith in this manga. Because technically both are tragic in a way as well. Though Griffith, you know, Griffith did that one thing. Then proceeded to do way more things after that whole entire point. Did not want stop. And he had the whole entire moment with him and Guts, which is kind of like, yeah, that was not a good moment. Get up, Gabby, Udo. Ugh. Stand up, hurry. Huh? Sophia? Sophia, are you okay? Udo, I don't think Sophia's okay right now. I think Sophia's very much flattened. No, Udo, this way. We need to move it. We need to move this off of her. Udo. No, bro, it's not happening. It's not happening. Yeah, I don't say why anyone said that Gabby and Griffith were on par with each other. Because technically speaking, not at all. Like, it's one of those things of like, I don't see Gabby and Griffith on the same plane of existence. It's more so Eren to an extent, because Eren, you know, does this whole entire thing and does a lot more things later on. It's one of those things that you kind of, it's a little bit like how, again, it's the event that kind of changes that character. And the same thing happened with Griffith as well, because Griffith had that moment. It was like, he was okay, and then he actually had that moment when, I think the whole entire castle section of Berserk was when Griffith kind of went, and then we have Griffith now as well, because both are basically tragic characters, but Eren's kind of a bit different in certain ways. It's hard to explain, but I kind of do see there's a tinge of similarities in them. The tinge, the slightest bit, tiniest bit. Brother, you have fulfilled your duty as a Tiber. God, she's gonna come in here like, gonna kill you, Eren. And Eren's like, don't know about that one. I kind of love the moment. This moment's amazing because Eren just kind of just stops her from turning into a Titan. It's amazing. he sees her turning. He's like, oh no, you don't, and it punches her in the face. I kind of love it. It's amazing. Commander Magath, the Warhammer Titan is going to be defeated. General Calvi and the rest of the military command seem to have been wiped out. There's no word from the warrior unit. We should focus on evacuating VIPs. It's too dangerous to stay here. Please give us your orders, Commander. Sir? Sure, it was a harmless pop, but the first shot has now been fired in the Malian counterattack. I never thought it'd make such a grand appearance, and that looks like the usurper of the founding Titan. Usurper of the founding Titan. The attack Titan. Eren Yeager himself has come here. That saves us the trouble of going to the island. All men, head to your stations and prepare for battle. Yes, sir. I love how he's like, yeah, we can do this, bro. We can take him down. It doesn't go down very well. Oh, I love this series so much. Everyone's so naive. I don't want any of you to forget. I don't want any of you forgetting. Mine was the first spear to pierce the enemy. Damn, what is happening? What? How could war happen here? Colt, how's Udo? Udo is, well, we need to rush him to a hospital. Udo, no. Damn it. Falco, where are you? In the worst possible place in the universe, let's be real. Ugh. Outside, what's going on? It's rumbling. I think that two Titans are fighting. No way. That explains why we've been confined here. We need to hurry up and get out. Oh yeah, but how? Help should be coming. Huh? What is this? You're late. Pierre, are you okay? Hurry up and get us a rope. But right. Is that the Panzer unit? Why are they here? The guy with the chin hair seemed suspicious to me, so I decided to make a move. Back there. I don't trust that soldier. Follow us. Well, there you go. Everyone's pre-planning in this manga. Pierre, take my hand. What's happening? A Titan attacked the plaza during the speech. What? The Warhammer Titan is now fighting it. What about the cart's armor? It's at HQ. It can be equipped in 15 minutes. I'll do it in 10. Understood. I'm going ahead. Wait, Porco. You should wait longer and see. What is that? No. How can that? It's not going well. It's not going well for them. God damn it. This whole Piek's amazing. I love Piek. She's one of my favorite characters in the whole entire manga as well. I know. I still there's my best girl is basically dead at this point though. She died in season 1. I was like, God damn it. Every single time I'm like, oh, she's amazing. She dies. I was like, fuck. God, I hate the whole entire Levi's when Levi's entire platoon get murdered in season 1. The whole entire bit just broke my heart. Oh man, I never forgive that whole entire section for literally just taking away my favorite character at that point. Hope and reload. Yes. Not yet skilled enough with that newly sized weapon, I guess. But sir, we're really going to kill the founder at this rate. Isn't national policy to retake the founder? Well, shit, I guess. We aren't relying on the Titans any longer. That's Mali's new policy. We're stopping Eren Yeager here, just as I ordered. We even had the anti-Titan artillery here, prepared for celebratory fire at the final of the ceremony. Reload complete. Fire. I suppose you could call it a small blessing along with the transportation training we were conducting of our armor-piercing rounds. Whatever those bastards are planning, our enemies are finished if they lose the founder here. And if the founder returns to our enemy's hands, they're out of time. The age of the Titans is already coming to an end. And anyway, the Tiber Warhammer seems to have no interest whatsoever in eating that founder. The Warhammer, what power! It made easy work of the attack Titan. The Warhammer's won. Oh, if you had known, boy, if you had known. It's him. It's Eren Yeager. It's really going to finish him. Can I say that word? Usurper. Eren Yeager. Do you have any final words? It's time, Mikasa. Oh shit. Oh, that line is amazing still. Even if it's like, it's not good, bro. This ain't good. This ain't good vibes. Good line. Good line. Hype line. What? And then there's Jean as well. Jean appears. Good. You made it. You all made it. Eren, please, come home. I love how he's like, it's too late for that one. It's true. All the women in Attack on Titan are amazing. They all are. It's hard to actually gauge who my favorite best girl is, but I mean, technically speaking, she's dead. So it's Hitch as well. Hitch is amazing. PX also amazing as well. Yelena too. I love Yelena a lot. She's amazing. And then yeah, this is way too many. This actual manga actually has like a best girl overload at this point. So 102, too little, too late. Our chain of command has been broken to pieces. This is the ultimate test of the Malians' military strength. Cancel the special vigilance training and bring the entire army division down from the mountain. The offshore fleet too. Get our 30,000 soldiers stationed to the east and west and gather them here. Oh shit! Wrong program again. Keep on doing that. Seal off the internment zone. Don't let a single one of those of these island devils get away, and especially not the founder. Run amok while you still can. Your fate is sealed. Every major nation that lost government officials in this massacre is now a party to this war. It's kind of valid though when you think about it. It's kind of valid when you think about it, because technically speaking, he isn't just pissed off like Marley, he's pissed off pretty much everyone else. As well, let's be real. I can imagine it must be quite difficult to read, listen, and actually then talk as well at the same time. It's quite impressive, I must say. But yeah, I mean, it's actually kind of true what he says, that everyone else is basically pissed off as well. The whole world now knows of the threat of the Elden Empire, just as Woody Tiber had planned. This world can no longer allow any of you to live, but those devils have to realize that themselves. And in that case, what exactly are they thinking if they're doing this and... Ah! Damn devils! Shoot him down! Hmm? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's not good. Idiots. Hey. Are you trying to burn this entire internment zone down? Keep civilians' losses to a minimum. God, Flock. Jesus Christ, this boy. Do you understand me, Flock? John, everyone here is our enemy, and these are just our enemies' homes. Have you forgotten how much of humanity inside the walls has been killed by these bastards outside of them? They ate us alive, you know. This isn't even close to payback. He's got pretty good hair in the actual manga as well, must admit. The boy's insane, let's be real. The boy's absolutely insane, but he's got pretty good hair. Are you still going on about that? Look, Eren showed us, he said to fight. We can't just wait inside the walls for death to come. We need that devil right now. Oh god. Oh no. Oh no. The precursor to the actual Jaegerists here right now. It's a precursor right now. The precursor to the whole entire Jaegerist movement. Eren, do you have any idea of what you've done? You killed civilians, even children. There is no undoing this. Man. Mikasa, it's not over yet. It's impossible. I saw the nape of its neck go flying. And I crushed the same nape more than well enough. But it's not dead. God damn it. So yeah, it's Flock. Oh no. This boy. Oh man. He's just gone full blown insane mode at this point. Like, I didn't expect a man to go off the rails this hard in my life. I mean, Eren, yeah, off the rails, my dude. But fuck, has Flock just he dived headfirst into the whole entire idea. Jean's a good boy. Jean is the good boy in this whole entire manga as well. Even though, yeah, he's a part of the whole entire thing, he's still a good boy at heart. I still like him, even though the actual live action killed him off at the end for no reason other than he's dead. The Warhammer Titan. So it's able to create a weapon out of anything by hardening it. I'm starting to get it. So it won't die no matter how much damage you deal to its neck. Mikasa, I need you to distract it. If this goes well, I'll be able to eat the Warhammer Titan. We can't take you in. Our beds are full, and that child is already dead. What? Please take a look at him. No, you take a look around us. You're a warrior candidate, right? Gabby, you stay with your family. There's no telling where it's safe right now. But you should get as far away from the plaza as possible. The warrior unit will defeat the Titan there, and I'll go back to find Falco. So I'm going too. Huh? Because I can't understand why Udo and Zephyr were killed. Wait, Gabby, don't go. Hey, stop, Gabby. What are you doing? It's a war zone past here. Mr. Gate Guard, let me through. I'll fight too. And boy, howdy, does she? Does she fight? Does the wrong thing though. Yeah, Flock did actually simp hard for Eren at the end of it all as well. He was like, Eren, he's a cool dude. Everyone else is like, I don't know about that one. Flock's just like, yeah, no, he's good. I like him. Don't know what happened. Flock just kind of went, you know what? Yeah, that whole entire thing Eren did. I don't see anything wrong in it. No, not at all. Everyone else around is like, Fuck, are you sure about that one? And Flock does the whole entire thing in the latest episode as well. Well, episode prior to what would have been this week's episode. Don't be ridiculous, kid. You go home and... What? Above us? They're dropping explosives. Shit, what's with it? What's with these guys? Run, Gabby. What? Mister. Uh-oh. And then there's Sasha. God damn it. Poor Sasha. We blocked this street. Let's go, Sasha. Connie, excuse me, but you have forgotten to light a lamp. Oh, right. Jean, we won't be seeing any enemy reinforcements for a while. We've taken care of most of the enemies here too, and the lights are all in place. Is the plan moving forward? For now, it is. Just as long as we can disable the Warhammer Titan in time. But there's still no telling of what could happen next. If we want to figure out what comes after this battle is over, we'd survive. Well, technically speaking, two of the three people speaking right now technically do survive. Now I know what's been bothering me. It started the moment the Warhammer Titan appeared. This thing. Its body materialized from its feet up, not from its neck, from the center of the stage where it stood. The Warhammer's body is right there. Warhammer's just like, oh no, he's figured it out. Yeah. I love it because in season 3 he hates his guards. He's like, Aaron, get the fuck out of here. And season 4 he's like, Aaron, you got a point. I'm like, what the fuck happened? Where does this boy go to actually just kind of go off the deep end this hard? And then it's always if the deep end's an understatement as well. He went to the fucking sea, like legit, just went to the sea with that whole entire philosophy as well. He didn't just, you know. He didn't just realize have one of those realization moments. No, he just kind of went into the deep end at sea and went, yeah, what's happening here? I like it. Aaron's not in the wrong, not at all. I was like, what happened? Poor Erwin just kind of like, you could probably hit Erwin in the corner like, what the fuck? The whole entire time. I can imagine Erwin just kind of screaming in heaven, just kind of like, what the fuck? What's happened here? I left these guys for 5 minutes. Look what's happened. Some mass anarchy just kind of took place. God damn. Lara's just kind of there like, oh no. Oh no. No. Warhammer Titan is about to be eaten. Oh! I kind of love how he kind of just went, yeah, you know what? Owen's got replacement now, and Aaron, I'm like, are you sure about that one? Galliard? Came in clutch at the end of that all, but not the clutch you actually expect though. It's not a good clutch. It's not a good clutch you see in gaming. It's not a good clutch him coming in here. He's about to kind of just perpetuate the whole entire problem right now. This is the moment I've been waiting for. It's time for me to retake the founder. Oh no. What? Aaron? Ah, I can't bite through it. What? I can't bite through it. God, I actually feel sorry for Erwin. He's not even alive. I feel sorry for him at this point. Just kind of seeing everything unfold in heaven like, what happened here? God. Was that him just now? Could it really have been Achman? Oh shit, it's Levi. I'm in danger here. Are they crazy? I love how everyone was cheering when he appeared. I was like, oh god, no. It was like, yeah, Levi's here. I'm like, this isn't a good thing, guys. This isn't good. This is the reverse of good. This is the reverse of good right now. Are they crazy? Don't they know I'm a Titan? Are a bunch of humans really going to try to kill me? And they do. They do. They will try to kill you. These are the real devils of paradise. Ah, damn it. That thing too. The Cart Titan. Let's be real, the Cart Titan doesn't really do too much. Piek! I somehow made it in time. I knew the heavy machine gun armament would be perfect against vertical maneuvering equipment. It was worth the time it took to equip it. Shoot the enemies down. Panzer unit, Roger. I love Laura's like reaction, just kind of like, oh no, oh no. and then Aaron's kind of like, you hear something as well when the actual like Cart Titan appears as well. It's like, do you hear something? Aaron, it's here. The Beast Titan. Well, technically speaking, he's not here. He's kind of there, but he's doing something completely different. I can imagine Zeka just seeing Levi like, oh no. The Beast Titan. Mr. Zeka. Oh, if they knew. Well, technically speaking, if only then if our group knew also what Zeka was doing. It's a dual layered if only they knew. I'll kill you. Eren Jaeger. Don't let them escape. Wipe them out. Don't you die. You have to survive. And there we go. That is the end. Oh boy, howdy. Just, oh my god, that's like intense shit right there. That's some intense shit. When you look at a volume, like, holy fuck. It's just, everything happens in that volume. Jesus Christ almighty. Oh boy. There's a lot to take in, I must say. A lot to think about, as old Billy Ray Cyrus actually would say. A lot to think about in that volume. God, it's just like, it's like a never-ending cycle of just a roller coaster. It's been in a loop constantly. It's like, you just think it couldn't get worse, and it does, somehow. Somehow they up the ante in some capacity that makes you go, but how? How is this possible? How would they do it? And then by the end of it, you're like, oh no. So yeah, I mean, I guess the overarching thing a lot that it kind of does imply is the idea that, to an extent, Rainer's character and Eren's character aren't, theoretically speaking, at fault. In the kind of like the grandest scheme of fault, you know, like you kind of see in other characters, like when you kind of see a person kind of go full blown like, "Hey mate, you're gonna die," you're like, well, that character's at fault. His arc is actually amazing. I do love it. It's probably one of my favorite ones in the whole entire series. But Eren's character is one of the characters I would probably say isn't technically at fault either. It's more so the actual history that kind of does. It's society itself, I guess. I know the meme itself that we live in society kind of thing, but it is kind of true though. I'm quite excited as well. I didn't expect to actually do a double episode, but I can't actually wait to see. Can't wait to see. Just man, can't wait to see the whole entire episode those episodes unfold though, and then it actually leads into the final episode on 28th of March. I think is the final episode. Can't wait. It's gonna be amazing. But yeah, I mean, I know it's a meme with the whole entire idea of like we live in society, but practically speaking, in this context, it's valid because if you look at it, it is the idea that it was drummed into them that the actual people in Paradise and everyone like that were the devils. They were seen as these people you meant to fear or meant to actually kind of take down. It wasn't so much that they didn't see them as good people. Like no one in that whole entire place was seen as good people. Instead, they're all seen as the actual bad guy. So, and then that was drummed into them. So they didn't know any different. They didn't question it because why would they question it at that point? There's no reason to question it, is there? So then, when the whole entire thing unfolds, they realize their mistakes, and actually, then they're like, oh fuck, what have we done? Because we weren't told the whole history here. So yeah, the entire fault less lies with the whole entire idea of like the characters. More so, it lies with the actual world itself. I guess that's actually what it kind of does in theory like kind of drum in the idea that these characters are technically brainwashed to actually believe that these things are true. Same thing that technically does take place on the island as well, with the whole entire idea of them believing there's no one outside the walls, or the wall outside the walls basically is nothing essentially. They're meant to believe that whole entire idea as well, and actually then the whole entire idea about the different reasons to why the Titans are there. But now you have the whole entire thought process kind of just laid out, kind of like, yeah, the whole entirety of everything going on is the fault of the history itself and actually what was taught to them. The characters only perpetuated the problem because they didn't know. That's the problem. Eren kind of knows now what actually happened. He's now acting upon revenge for what actually happened beforehand. So you could, in theory, to an extent, almost kind of like just slightly maybe understand why he does it. That's the thing. The thing with Attack on Titan is it doesn't necessarily kind of paint characters as bad or good. What it does in theory do, it does kind of do it in its whole entire volume. It says to you, bro, these characters aren't good people, neither they're bad people. It's just a lot of circumstances involved kind of dictate to you to why these things take place, rather than this thing has to happen because X happened. No, it's more so stuff like this actually happens because of what actually truly went on here. And that's actually what the differentiation between this and other series actually has, because other series tend to actually kind of have a very definitive idea to why certain things need to happen. It's like it's a whole entire narrative structure, isn't it? The structure of a narrative does kind of works in 4 acts. It's 5-act structure actually. Sorry, 5-act. Beginning, development, middle. It's the beginning, the development, the conflict, the resolution, the ending. That's so much basically the 5 stages of the narrative, to my knowledge, if I remember from film school. Don't remember from film school itself now. So that's that whole entire idea. So in those things, 9 out of 10 times things had to take place. In this, on the other hand, we had this 5-act structure. The 5-act structure was basically almost entirely in season 1. Season 1 was a 5-act structure. We had the opening, we had the development, we had then the conflict, we had then the resolution, theoretically speaking, to an extent. We actually then have the actual ending, because when the Colossal Titan was taken out, you could always define it to be the ending of that part of Attack on Titan. But then he basically said, well, fuck this, and kind of did his own thing. So now we actually kind of have a very loose structure. So now that kind of does in theory paint the idea that a lot of the actions in this manga aren't necessarily cut and dry? Is that the one? Cut and dry? Is that the term? Aren't very so much set in stone or cut and dry, or very much kind of like X or Y, essentially. It's very much more, there's a lot going on here that define to why these things happened. And all of the whole entirety of this build-up was meant for that whole entire crescendo. Like, without the development of season 1, 2, and 3, that should then have season 4 happen, it wouldn't have actually kind of hit so hard. If this happened in season 1, you'd be like, oh shit, okay, this is interesting. But considering you actually had the whole entire lies kind of told you for the whole entirety of, like, what, 70 episodes, really. It was one of those things that then, once it's revealed, you're like, fuck. And then it kind of changes the whole entire perception of how you see season 1, 2, and 3. That's why it kind of defines to actually be an amazing kind of way this whole entire manga actually structured itself. It structured itself so much that it kind of had those moments, and it hit. And it hit all the time. It should be Attack on Perspectives, really, because it is really it's a matter of perspective, because everyone's opinion on this whole entire matter will be different. You won't see a character, you won't see a person kind of go, yeah, you will see a character probably go, Eren did here was wrong, which, yeah, it's not right. What he did here isn't correct at all. But at the same time, it's one of those things that he wants you to kind of look at then the other side of everything. That's why he kind of has that conversation with Reina. Reina's character, the whole entire conversation really does very much open up the conversation to how you see the subsequent war, essentially, in this whole entire manga. He's not so much kind of saying, well, Eren just kind of does it because he's like, well, fuck it, I guess. Does it just wake up one day and go, you know what, war today? I'm enacting a war, guys. He didn't just kind of do that. There's a lot of reasons to why it happened. And he wants to actually kind of look at those reasons. That's why I kind of define it to be an amazing kind of use of that whole entire perspective, because it's not just one, which does sometimes kind of filter in a lot with writers. Writers tend to actually kind of have a very, very, very subjective perspective, which does in theory kind of hinder certainly how you then see the events. But here, at least, he kind of writes in such a way that it gives you all the perspectives. It gives you every single thing you need to actually understand, to actually then go forward, actually then go, that's why that happened. That's why, yeah, he just woke up one day and chose violence. Essentially, yeah. That's half of the whole entirety of season 4. He's like, well, I woke up this morning and chose violence, and everyone else is like, well, shit, I guess. Because you can understand, because technically speaking, not everyone's lost their humanity as well. Everyone knows that what they're doing isn't good. But besides Flock, Flock's just kind of like, yeah, death to everyone basically at this point. You're like, what the fuck, Flock? Flock's the only character actually just basically said, you know what, fuck it, and just everyone die basically. Mikasa's kind of like, Eren, you've done some shit here that won't be fixed. And everyone else Jean's kind of exactly the same. Jean later on as well definitely kind of has that whole entire perspective. He kind of has that whole entire idea of like, what you've done here isn't good. You sent us into hell, basically. But again, as I said beforehand, what this manga actually is at this point, which is very much true, is the idea that this is actually hell. What we're kind of perceiving here is the idea of everyone's personal hell, rather than kind of like the broader sense of hell. What we're kind of seeing is a hell on a personal level. Every character's experiencing it. It's just very much it's very much just starting at this point. We haven't seen the entirety of it. We've only seen Rain and Eren's perspective of hell. Later on, we'll probably see a lot more of it, but currently that's how it's actually almost defined as. Besides Flock's in the wrong in this context. Flox is kind of like, yeah, you know what, Flox just kind of goes about what Eren does. But yeah, everyone else's character is very complex. That's why the whole entirety of this manga actually works so well. That's why this event hits, because that we understand the complexities of all the characters, essentially. That's the thing. Like, every single character basically has that complexity. That's we understand to why it happens, rather than it's as I said beforehand. That's why this whole entire event doesn't work in the film. In the film, this whole entire thing similar thing happens. Shikishima explains the whole entire thing about what happens with the Titans. You kind of like, I don't think this actually works as well, because it only happens midway through the second movie, or midway through technically the entire thing, and then you kind of like, what? Okay, but here you understand why all this happened, essentially. God, Flock just doesn't. I don't know what happened to that lad. Yeah, you literally went, you know what, innocent civilians, fuck them. I'm like, Flock, my dude, don't do that. It's actually a small earthquake again. Was there actually a small earthquake? I actually hope you are safe as well, because God, that sounds scary. Because I know there was one yesterday, but I swear I remember hearing there was one that was afterwards. It was magnitude of 3 as well afterwards. Man, the actual weather system's scary nowadays. God, it's unpredictable. It's all hell. I actually hope you actually are safe. But yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that I like what this manga does more than anything, because it kind of doesn't so much give you one perspective. It's one of those things that if it had it been like what you see in other mediums, it might kind of hinder the overall feeling of this manga. Considering he just kind of doesn't necessarily just disregard every perspective, it's very much kind of like, yeah, okay, we get what's actually going on here. Truly, it's actually the defining feature this actual manga has more than anything. But I do actually hope you are safe though, because that does actually sound really scary. That's actually one of those things that earthquakes are terrifying. Whenever I read about, I'm like, God, holy shit, every single time, because it's one of those things that over here it's very much over here. It's happened, but it's not one of those things that you see all too often. God, I don't know what happened to Flock during that whole entire lighting moment with Erwin as well. Because it's kind of like, Erwin's kind of like, yeah, I'm dying here. And then Flock's like, well, I'll take you back and see what we can do. And then he's like, yeah, well, we want to revive Armin and not Erwin. He's kind of like, not the best person. And then somehow after that whole entire event, Flock just kind of opened his eyes and just went, yeah, everyone else kind of sucks. I'm like, what happened in that season? In that little brief moment, what happened to this lad? He's just went off the deep end. I'm telling you. He's just off the deep end. But yeah, I mean, God, this manga actually is very complex. It's a very complex thing. That's why I kind of always respect the whole entirety of like the downtimes manga actually has, because it is like really amazing. I know a lot of people actually kind of like the action in Attack on Titan, but I prefer the actual talking sections more so because it's actually pretty fucking good. It's one. It's very it reminds me a lot of Metal Gear Solid at this point. This whole entire manga series reminds me a lot of Metal Gear to an extent. The way it kind of develops, and actually kind of then you have this perspective like, oh shit. By the end of it, you're like, oh fuck. Essentially, we basically went on the whole entire Metal Gear Solid saga in that whole entire like 4 seasons. MGS1 was season 1, MGS2 was season 2, season 3 MGS3, and then season 4 MGS4 at this point. It's what it feels like. It feels very much very similar, and God, it's great. But yeah, probably end it there for today. I'm gonna lie down for a long while because God, this entire thing takes it out of you as well. Like by the end of it, you're like, oh boy. So yeah, hopefully now, because I don't think anything is happening in between, to my knowledge. Yeah, to my knowledge, nothing's actually happening with me and random headaches that cause me not to move my head. Hopefully now, because I know we're heading into like the final stretch of the season itself, I probably will just catch up with the whole entire manga once the anime is actually over. As well, I know that I have up to volume 27, I think. So I have up to where Crunchyroll kind of starts simulcasting it. So I probably will carry on after the whole entire anime ends, but I probably will still do this weekly anyway. So we'll probably do volume 26 next week, and actually then we'll be on to when shit gets real, basically. Yeah. I hope so. I hope it's like, oh fuck, Aaron, you're being a whole 10 out of 10 out here, but my dude. That would be an amazing reason. He's just kind of like, yeah, Aaron's a 10 out of 10. That's the reason why. Everyone else is kind of like, oh, that's why. I get it now. Because actually everyone else is confused as well to why Flock kind of just goes off the deep end. Because he does. He kind of just goes off the deep end randomly. He's just like, yeah, everyone else fucking sucks. Aaron, he's right. I'm like, what happened, Flock? I love how he's the most insignificant not insignificant character. He brings up Erwin, but to an extent, he was just kind of there. He was just vibing the entire time. I used to be like the character you meant to fear the most in the end, which is actually kind of surprising. Even more so than Aaron. Aaron's like done all this shit. So you could understand to why it was like one of those things of like, huh? He's like, you fear him more than Aaron, because Aaron's like, yeah, you know, he's a loose cannon. He's a loose cannon at this point. You can't trust the lad. But Flock, what the fuck, man? So yeah, that's what probably would be the actual schedule, I think. So I think we'll probably, I think also by the time I actually catch up with the manga, it'll be over as well, I think, as well, because I know it ends in April, I think, as well. So hopefully you'll be able to catch up to the end of the season. Yeah. I think by the end of the season, the actual manga will be over as well. So we'll probably just catch up quite quickly anyway. Probably will do a volume per stream anyway. I think we actually have 30 currently out in England. So probably just catch up the rest of it as time goes on weekly. I think also next season's kind of a bit barren as well. So even better, I actually can just slot these in as a bit more often. So anyway, yeah, there we go. We've seen war declared. That is war do be happening though at this point in Attack on Titan. To very much summarize everything going on here. I have no idea. I have no idea. I have no idea what the actual meaning behind that whole entire thing is. I have no idea. I have no idea what that actually does entail, but kind of curious. Man, it does feel weird the actual manga be over. It just I've seen 3 things end that I read now. I've seen Chainsaw Man, this, and something else. Oh, Kimetsu no Yaiba as well. Two of which are ending greatly. The other one didn't end very well. We don't talk about the other one, but yeah, we'll leave that for today anyway. So as always, Goshicho arigatou gozaimasu. Boku no doga wo oshinoi to omotara ine ya channel登録をお願いします. I wrote diamond sentence during there we go, during that. Can't even speak anymore. If you have enjoyed this whole entire stream, actually enjoyed the descent of madness that's Attack on Titan and Dune Fury, leave a like on YouTube, because indeed it does help me quite a bit. I can't wait for part 2 of Chainsaw Man. It has to come soon, because I'm waiting for it. Thank you so much for actually stopping by as well. Mite kurete arigato. I said it right that time. First time. Said it right that time. If you have then enjoyed the entire stream on YouTube and Dune Fury, leave a subscription as well on YouTube, because both do help quite a lot. If you have then enjoyed this whole entire stream on Dune Fury, follow me on Twitter, or join the Discord as well, because both do help quite a lot, and both will then tell you when the streams go live on YouTube and any other streams I do as well. So I actually have no idea if YouTube actually is very conscious that I stream. So next time, some more Attack on Titan, the manga series. Boy howdy. God help us all. I will see you guys then. Bye for now.